Alright, everybody, what's up? This is Omar. I'm sitting in my office right at work right now, and I was in a conversation yesterday talking about racists. Alright, people who claim to not be racist, but every 5 minutes they posting racist stuff up on Facebook. Alright, here's my view, and everybody know Omar is colorblind, and when it comes to that, I've always dated outside my race, within my race. I have biracial children, so it's not a big thing to me. I have experienced racism a lot throughout my 31 years, but the number one thing that I want to point out is, as a black person in America, I feel as though we've come a long way, too far to take steps backwards. You know, we are probably one of the only races that are racist against our own kind, but yet we still want to blame somebody else for our own personal faults. Eventually, there will only be one race. You know, as much race mixing as we have, as much as everybody's out here, you know, interracial dating, having biracial children, there's going to be one race eventually. Might not be in my lifetime, next person's lifetime, but it'll eventually happen. Now that brings me to my main point. We keep stepping backwards. Anytime somebody posts something up about race played a key in this, race played a key in that. Don't get me wrong, on an individual basis, race may play keys. However, on a larger scale, it's not as big as people think it is anymore. Alright? You could take 1,000,001 people who came from the exact same spot that I have, and it's all about personal choice and decisions that you make personally in your life, how your life turns out. You know, I could have easily turned into a gangbanger, been out in the streets, in jail, locked up, dead. Could have been easy, alright? You know, I feel as though in my life I've been extremely successful because of the decisions I've made for myself and the decisions I've made for my children to make sure that they have some sort of stable upbringing. Now, for everybody to sit here and call, you know, white girls, for example, snow bunnies just because they like black dudes, or whatever it is, that's just absolutely ridiculous. You taking steps backwards. Martin Luther King, even Malcolm X, would be ashamed of the way some of the things are going on right now and the way our mindset is, because they fought long and hard. They lost their lives for this. They lost their lives to give us what we have now. And I believe that a lot of young black men, and they're just doing, you know, throwing it away. They don't respect the sacrifice that previous generations before us have set forth, and they went through and they gave up for us. Alright? Now, and it's also funny as hell to me when people sit there and they try to play like they didn't do anything, that like they don't date outside their race, and then they want to diss the other race, they want to do this against the other race, but they the same motherfuckers who out there looking for the white girls at the club so they can take it back home. But then the very next day they want to start talking shit about them. Everybody got to grow up. Half y'all, the majority of y'all are not children anymore. You have your own minds, and you are the same people to blame the other person for your downfalls instead of taking responsibility for what you do. You know, consistently dissing people for whatever is bullshit. You can't judge that next person. The next person is not to be judged by another man. God is the only one who can judge that person for what they do and what they don't do in their life and how they live their life. If you choose to judge, just wait till your judgment day and see what God got to say about that. Don't get me twisted or anything. I'm not a religious person. I do have a strong faith in God, and I do believe that there's a plan for everybody. And He's seeing and watching everything, our every move, everything that we do and say every single day. And for those who think y'all high and mighty who want to diss the next person, just wait till that judgment day. You're gonna see what happens when God decides to judge you. Bottom line is, stop talking shit on Facebook. Facebook's supposed to be one of those things that you stay connect with people that you know, people that you want in your life, people that you want to know what's going on in your life every day, and it's vice versa. They invite you into their life and their world, be it lies or the truth. All right, I use my Facebook. Every single person on my Facebook page, I know them. I can exactly tell you how I know this person, pretty much when I met this person, and they not on my Facebook page if I don't know it. All right, and I'm not dissing people on my Facebook page like that. Even though I might crack jokes on people, say something crazy and off the wall, I'm not straight out dissing people because I'm a grown ass man and I do grown ass man things, and I'm not gonna sit here and pity pat on the internet going back and forth with other people. All I gotta say is about this: grow the hell up. I'm just saying.